your red dress on. Meet me out on the lawn. Come on, climb my truck. I've saved a couple bucks, yeah. Tonight we'll be lucky, you know. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. I see that look in your eye now, baby girl, don't lie. Don't you say you never done this before? Well, darling, can't you see what you done to me? And I ain't gonna hide the way I feel no more. So let's roll all night. We gonna roll until the morning light. Let's roll.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, round number 2 of the Bluegrass Iracing series for the Dirt Pro late models. And tonight we come to the longest track on the iRacing.com service on the dirt side of things. USA International Speedway plays host to round number 2. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Stephen McMillan up here in the nice warm booth. We've got 2 pit reporters. Being the track is so long, we've sent one down to turns 1 and 2. We've sent the other one down to turn number 3 and 4. We've got Nicholas Linnett and Cody Nevin joining us later on. But Steve, it's good to have you back for week number 2 and round number 2 here at USA.
Yes, definitely looking forward to it. One of the biggest tracks on the iRacing circuit. It's going to be fun. It's going to be long. And it's going to be enduring for some of these drivers.
Nah, long is definitely right, but we're not talking... we're talking about the racetrack. Geez, I wish I had something long. But I tell you what is long. This long list of drivers. We've got 29 or 30 drivers signed into the pit area. Qualifying is done. Cody Sieber was the man to go quick time. And we have just the 2 heats on the program, Steve. Cody Sieber, driving the Max Droop Sim Sports 357 machine, will start from pole position to the outside. Garrett Cooper, position number 2.
Row number 2 will be Zack Nichols with No Chance Motorsports, and Logan Herbert will start on his outside as 6-11.
Yeah, Herbert picking up the win last week at Volusia. Scott Smith lines up at a position number 5, and Justin Holt will start position number 6.
Row number 4 will be Randy Reeser and Matt Kemp.
Maverick Davidson alongside Corey Sibley out of positions number 9 and 10.
And Benjamin Bruno and Matt George row number 6.
Then you go back to Brandon Thomas, Stevie Hoover, along with Clint Conrad to make up your 15 drivers. 15 drivers, Steve, heat race number 1. That is a lot of drivers.
That is, and like some places you go to, the pace truck pulls in on the first lap. We're gonna go 2 pace laps around here. Cody Sieber.
So just to give an idea, last week, Steve, Volusia, half a mile. You look at the likes of the tracks like Williamsgrove, yes, still half a mile. This racetrack here, 3/4 of a mile. We got 50 laps, so if I do some quick maths, you go 3/4 of a mile times 50. I believe we're looking at around 37.5 miles of pro late models later on tonight.
That's correct. That's right, Brett. And we're fixing to let him loose out of turn number 4. With Cody Sieber and Garrett Cooper on your front row.
Yeah, that's right, mate, as well as we get set for heat race number 1 of 2 heats on the program for tonight for the Bluegrass iRacing series here at the USA International Speedway. We've got 8 laps on the board, and we are green. Down long front straightaway, down into turn 1 and 2. Cody Sieber clipping the grass there as we went into 1 and 2. We go 3 wide. Cooper, Herbert, and Nichols, they go 2 and 3 wide down the back straightaway, Steve.
Look at Cooper. Cooper taking that second spot. Nichols, he threw the dimes out on the track. He's out in that third spot right now. Looking pretty strong, Brett, as Logan Herbert in that 4th position.
Yeah, again, Logan Herbert, your feature winner from last week at the Volusia Speedway Park Course season opener. It had its twists and turns at Volusia, but now again, it is heat race number 1. Oh, hang on. How about I do this? I better get some logos up there because, well, what kind of a rookie would you be if you don't have logos up on a broadcast? We've completed 2 laps. Cody Sieber continuing the way in the 357 machine. Garrett Cooper driving the 33, running in second position.
Got 1 around in 2.
That's Corey Sibley. Will we stay green? We're staying green for the moment, as Sibley had some dramas in turn 1 and 2. And, well, tell you what, Steve, we keep this up. Our pit reporters at both ends, they might have a very lonely night.
They might have a lonely night, but that's all right because we got to have some post-race talk afterwards, that's for sure. But look at Cody Sieber pulled away from Garrett Cooper in that second spot there to 33. Your top 4 going to the main event. Everybody else will go to LCQ. Justin Holt, he's in that 5th position outside looking in. As we're on lap number 5 out of turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway. You got Scott Smith in 6th, Matt Kemp, Benjamin Bruno up 3 spots, currently in 8th. You got Randy Reeser and Stevie Hoover in 10th.
Well, Stevie Hoover's made his way from position number 14 up to position number 10, but still just in front of them, the 28 entry of Randy Reeser to the inside on Benjamin Bruno. May have been a bit of contact down into turn 1 and 2. Bruno gets shuffled back to position number 9. Randy Reeser moves to position number 8 as we've got 2 to run for the 357 entry of Cody Sieber.
Sieber going into turn number 1. He runs in the middle groove there. Garrett Cooper running the lower line. Out of turn number 2, there's single file, but look out. Justin Holt trying to look to the inside of Logan Herbert as they go into turn number 3.
Boy, I tell you what, it's going to get real dicey here in the final lap of heat race number 1. Again, only the top 4 going to book their ticket to the 50-lap A-main event. Cody Sieber, well, he's off into the sunset here at USA. Herbert in the 611 machine now cuts back down to the middle of the racetrack. We go down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Herbert and Nichols going side by side. Out of turn 4, Sieber gets the win. Cooper will come on second. Turn the line, I believe, with Zack Nichols, Logan Herbert. 4, Haley. Hey, Zeus, let's turn that sound down. I think my I can't even hear myself think. I'm pretty sure my eardrums have just blown out. Or oot. I guess
well, you got Sieber, Cooper, Nichols, and Herbert, your top 4, making it to the main event, Brett.
Yeah, we'll bring up those official results for the race fans on your screen now. Sieber, Cooper, Nichols, and Herbert. So it was Holt missing out along with Smith, Kemp, Reesa, Bruno, Hoover, George, Thomas, Sibley, Davidson, and Conrad failed to make the start of heat race number 1. Heat race number 2, seeing the zone, we've got 2 pace laps. We've got Jesse Johns run in the 75 machine from position number 1. Ethan Pickard lines up at a position number 2.
Row number 2 be James Braswell Jr. Scott Fritz to his outside.
Row 3 is going to be Parker Tatro at a position number 5, and Jory Nix for Sidebite Motorsports position number 6.
Row number 4 be Jacob Lasseter and car number 51, and Brendan Marlowe to his outside in car number 37.
Now go back to John Darby, position number 9, and Alan Duronco, position number 10.
Brett Fisher and Nathan Mascroft to his outside in car number 7 for row number 6.
Sean Kostritza. I hope I've got that name right. Sean, I apologize if I didn't, but you're going to start at a position number 13, and Josh McKinney lines up out of the 14th starting position. Was just looking at the points, Steve, and the likes of Ethan Pickard, who starts on the front row. He's sitting 3rd in the points standings. Brandon Marlowe, he is sitting 5th in the points. Justin Holt was in heat number 1. Scott Fritz is in this one. He's sitting 4th. Zack Nichols, who was in the first heat, and Logan Herbert also. So there's some drivers that have got some work to do in heat race number 2.
Definitely. And, you know, our pit road reporter, Nick Litter, you know, you're over there turns 1, or 3 and 4. How's the track holding up?
Track is looking really good, Steven. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to go back to Heat 1. I think Cody Sieber, he's, you know, he might as well put those victory eggs on the stove now. It looks like he's going to have a good chance to win this in the future. Back to you guys.
Hey, I want to know why he's putting victory eggs on the stove. I thought you cooked your victory eggs in the fridge, but that's another story for maybe the end of heat race number 2 as we go. Green flag, another 8 laps on the board. Top 4 2 directly to the main event. Jesse Johns changed up his paint scheme. Wasn't he on a black and green car last week, Steve?
I think so, but I've seen him in a red machine. But you look at Ethan Pickard, looking to the inside at turn number 3 with her side by side.
Pickard, Johns they'll go wheel to wheel out of turn number 4. Johns in the 75, being very, very consistent. He was very consistent last week after getting into the back of your race lead, and unfortunately had to go to the tail end of the field late in the race. But right now, doing a good job here in heat race number 2 to lead the way from Ethan Pickard. James Braswell driving the number 18 machine, sitting back there in 3rd. And then Scott Fritz in the 48, holding down the 4th and final transfer position. Again, no change to your top 4 at the moment. They run nose to tail down into 1 and 2.
Jory Nick is outside looking into that 95 machine. Brandon Marlowe the 37, early running 6th. Jacob Lasseter now in 7th with Parker Toronto. And 8th. Tatra, there you go. Alan Duranco and Brett Fisher, your top 10 so far, as Jesse Jondra has led every lap of this heat race action so far. Oh, we got one beating and banging. They were looking at that skirt out of turn number 2.
Scott Fritz who was on the outside of James Braswell, and everybody else had to check up behind. Oh, Braswell, the inside wall, buddy, it does not move. I don't know how many times we have to tell people here about the power plates presentation. The inside walls don't move, especially Yeah, they're just as bad here as everybody else. Scott Fritz going to go 3 wide. Into the wall he goes. And he's got a whole lot of work to do. Jory Nixon, not the 95. One of the big beneficiaries out of that one. And Jacob Lasseter also, along with Nix, both drivers up 3 positions. They found their way into the 2 final transfer positions.
Top 4 making their way to the feature. Everybody else to LCQ. Jesse Jondra continues to lead, starting to pull away from Ethan Pickard. And Pickard and Jondra are quite a ways ahead of Jory Nix and Jacob Lasseter.
Yeah, they've got about 9/10, nearly a second gap between second and third. There's only a 10th of a second between third and fourth. That's Nix and Lasseter on screen. The 95 up against the 51. And you see just to the right of that is the 109 machine of Alan Duronco. Made a bit of contact with James Braswell Jr. on the previous lap. And I tell you, I'd love to get some thoughts from some of the drives. But, Stephen, we've got 1 lap left to go here in heat race number 2.
Jesse Jondra into turn number 1, coming out of turn number 2. Running that bottom, he exits up on the high side there. Down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Enters down low, so does Pickard, Nix, and Lasseter. Out of turn number 4 for the final time. Picking up heat race number 2 win. Given to Jesse Jondra, Nathan Pickard, Jory Nix, and Alan Duronco, your top 4. And Brett, you're going to have to go to our in-race reporter, our pit road reporter, for the instant turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, I was just going to ask him about that one. Nick, what'd you see down there, mate? Yeah, solid chat on that one. That's what you've seen.
He might have to be whopping his butt.
Yes,
that was such a shocker finish that I didn't even know what to say. It looks like Jacob got a little loose there going into way down low in 3 and gets up into the 95, and unfortunately goes to the rear. Just got done talking to John Darby. He was not too happy with that heat race. Hopefully he does okay in the B main.
All right, well, we'll see what happens here in the B main. There is your heat number 2 results. Jesse Jondra getting the win over Ethan Pickard, home in second. Jory Nix third, and Alan Duronco will get the 4th and final transfer position. We'll take a look at your UltimateDirtTV starting grid with 12 laps to distance, and the top 16 are going to go through. Steve, there is 20 cars on the racetrack. Justin Holt and James Braswell in row 1.
Row number 2 be Scott Smith and Brett Fisher.
Matt Kemp, Brandon Marlowe in row 3.
Randy Reeser and Parker. Say it.
Tatro.
Thank you.
That's row 4. Benjamin Bruner and Nathan Mascroft in row 5.
Row number 6 be Stevie Hoover and Sean. I'm not going to say that last name either.
Kostritza.
There you go.
Okay. I feel like I'm doing half your job here, Steve. Matt George and Scott Fritz in row 7.
Row number 8 is Brandon Thomas and Jacob Lasseter.
Okay, there we go. Corey Sibley and Josh McKinney in row 9.
Row number 10 to be Maverick Davidson, John Darby, and running out your field, Clint Conrad. You know, that's what you pay me for, Brett, is not to mess up the last names.
Okay. So that's what I'm paying for. Hey, we've spoken to Nick down in turn number 3 and 4. Cody Nevin joining us in turn number 1 and 2. Cody, what are you seeing down that end of the racetrack?
He's still changing his britches.
Yeah, I heard there was some gators some gators are around. He was, I guess you could say he was packing some darkies. I think you might be too scared. Hey, Nick, I'd ask you to go down there, but if I send you down turn 1 and 2, well, you might not come back until the end of the A main.
It is quite a long wick.
Yes. Yeah, you certainly. We're certainly going to lift the rough off this joint tonight.
All right, guys, come to the green.
Here we go. Green flag is our B main. 12 laps is the distance, your top 16. So the 16 will be the magical number. We'll try and get through all this field, but to cover it over 3/4 of a mile. Well, we're going to see what happens here.
Round, 2 round, 3 round. Give it to
it's almost,
Conrad, Brendan Thomas, and Scott Fritz involved.
Yeah, it's almost like Oprah. Yeah, you get turned around. No, you get turned around. Everybody gets turned around. All right, here we go. UltimateDirtTV instant replay coming up on screen. Scott Fritz in the 48 machine. Just Oh, nowhere to go. Went 3 wide. Got turned by the 6. That was Brandon Thomas. And Josh McKinney involved in that one also.
Well, we could send Nick down, but we're all wearing proper PPE tonight, and he might be out of breath and can't breathe wearing his mask running to turns 1 and 2.
Well, let me add this to that statement, Stephen. You cannot win this on the first lap. You do know that, right?
Well,
you can.
If you're running, you can't. Yeah.
And I'll tell you how. Because Nick, I'm a technicality guy, right?
Technically, yes.
Yes, that is technically correct. You can actually win it on the first lap, and you know how you do that?
Run out the time.
No, as long as you've got admin powers, you just remove everybody from the race. Therefore, you can't lose.
Wow, that's pretty smart.
Nick, Steve, they don't honestly. I've got a big brain for a reason.
Mask up for safety.
Just to confirm, Brett, going through the driver's list here, none of them have admin privileges. So, at this point,
Scott Fritz?
None of them can win it on...
Scott Fritz?
Hold on. Is he in there?
Absolutely. He's position number 19, so...
go ahead, Scott. Go ahead and remove everyone. You can do this.
Yeah.
I have faith in you.
See, there you go. See, Nick, again, you try to bring my big brain ideas down, but just like the big brain, it just rises up. It gets bigger.
All right, single file lights are out. We're going green out turn number 4. Try to complete this 12-lap LCQ. Your top 16 advancing to the big dance. Everybody else will pack it up and come back next weekend.
Hey, just trying to tap into to Cody and Evan's headset down there. I wonder if we can get him back anytime soon. Here we go, Cody. You got a copy?
Yeah, Brett.
Hey, what are you seeing down in turn number 1 and 2?
I'm seeing the bottom of the track's really starting to slick off. These guys are going to keep moving higher and higher, trying to find that moisture. Eventually, they're going to be running right on the wall.
Well, I got a quick question for you. Did you borrow some underwear from the wrecks you almost got hit with?
I did, yeah. A couple of them pretty close calls.
All right, lap number 2 is now officially in the books here of the 12-lap B main distance. You watch the 96 entry of Benjamin Bruno. Put slide job there on Parker Tatro. That is your battle for 8th and 9th position. Again, we go back through the field. The 51, Jacob Lasseter, trying to get by Stevie Hoover in caliber 21. They'll go side by side. We'll complete another lap. 1/4 of the race distance is done. We've got a car on the concrete wall, and I don't know why he's trying to park there because, well, I feel like I'd be repeating myself if I said you can't park there.
Definitely going into turn number 3 to look at the 118, looking underneath the 31 and Justin Holt. Caution coming out on the speedway for Sean. He has heavy damage in that rear end. I believe John Darby involved in it too. Down the back straightaway.
What's Sean's last name, Steve?
I didn't get paid to say that.
Okay. Here we go. Your ultimate turn 2 instant replay 3 wide. Well, from that angle there, it may have looked like, again, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. It may have looked like Darby just sort of moved up down the back straight. We'll see if we can get a higher angle of that one. That's not going to be it. I'll leave that one for a debate between the race fans. Unfortunately, Sean Kostritza getting involved in that one.
Well, the 23's going to into pit road right now. But, Nick, you look at the nose of the 46. It's missing the nose cone.
Yeah, the 46 is his night is pretty much done, in my opinion. He is in position 15. He might make it to the feature. But yeah, just getting word back from the staff, the double O's caused the caution on that one, boys. Back to you.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep going there, Steve. You sound like you sound like you were taking a breath, so I was kind of letting you have it.
Well, and this is the thing, Cody. You were in turns 1 and 2 there, and the wreck happened. What'd you see?
Yeah, solid chat there, Cody.
He's still picking
No,
up
I'm
the
here.
pieces.
Yeah,
Who's eating victory
Yeah,
eggs?
no,
he might be still trying
yeah,
to. He
I
might,
just checked with the replay crew.
still trying to wipe. He's still trying to wipe after that first.
Yeah,
wreck.
I mean, yeah, that was quite a doozy. No, I ran down and checked with the replay crew down there, and yeah, they determined that the double O just kind of moved up 3 wide and gets tight coming out of turns 1 and 2.
All right, that is our pit road reporter, Cody Nevin, coming to the green flag, James Braswell and Justin Holt. Holt in a 31, Braswell in a 118. As we get ready for this restart, we're still on lap number 4. Green flag is back out. Justin Holt with a good start there. The 53 of Scott Smith, he falls in line. Right behind Braswell, they go to the top shelf in turns 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Your top 4 starting to pull away from the field.
Yeah, I was just watching the 37 entry of Brandon Marlowe. He was 3 wide with Benjamin Bruno and Parker Tatro. Now Brandon Marlowe trying to get by Randy Reeser. Randy Reeser in the 28. Single files. He worked down the front straightaway here at USA International Speedway. 3/4 of a mile in distance. And again, the racing surface, or the line on the right, or the faster line on the racetrack, is starting to move up, which means you're starting to see a lot more slick open up on the bottom side, going towards mid-track. And once this track starts slicking up, Steve, some drivers are still going to be game enough to run the outside, but then you'll get guys that are just going to be catfishing down the bottom.
Definitely right now in the final transfer spot, 00 John Darby. He's in a 16th and final transfer spot as Justin Holt continues to lead. Right now, it's a freight train, out of turn number 4 as they're nose to tail down the front straightaway. Passing the flag stand into turn number 1. You look at the track, it's pretty slick. In that middle section there, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway.
I gotta wonder, we got what was that animal that was loose here that one time, Steve? You remember?
That was a kangaroo.
No,
a deer. A deer.
A deer. Oh, a deer. Maybe that particular deer has been eaten by an alligator in the ponds as we work on. Just 4 laps left to go. Justin Holt, James Braswell on screen along with Scott Smith just to the right of your screen. The 53, that will be your top 3. Everybody else playing nicely. We've got somewhat of a battle developing for positions number 14, 15, and 16. I believe it might even be 15 and 16. Is Jacob Lasseter and Stevie Hoover. Scott Fretz putting the move there on the 11 machine of Josh McKinney. John Darby, who was involved in the last incident, he's made his way to position number 15.
Coming out turn number 4, picking up the white flag. One is the white flag. No, next time. 2 laps to go. I'm trying to get us in advance and go a little hurry there. But out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, give it to Holt, Braswell, Smith, Kemp, Fisher, your top 5. Reeser, Marlowe, Bruno, Tatro, and Mascroft, your top 10. Out of turn number 4, the white flags are waving. 1 more to go for Justin Holt.
I'll put it this way. If you come first or second in this one, you're still going to start in row number 5, considering we took top 4 from the 2 heat races, which means 8 cars have locked in. So these drivers, they'll start positions number 9 and 10. And those 2 drivers, as long as they can get through turns 3 and 4, as they do successfully, Justin Holt will start position number 9 in the main event. James Braswell home in second. Scott Smith, Matt Kemp, Randy Reeser, Brett Fisher, your top 6. Brandon Marlowe, Benjamin Bruno, Parker Tatro, Nathan Mascroft, your top 10. We go back to Cody Sieber, Stevie Hoover, Jacob Lasseter, Scott Fritz, John Darby, and Josh McKinney in your 16th and final transfer position. We have a 5-minute warm-up session. Don't know how much they're going to let these drivers on the racetrack, but as they do that, here is your official results. So Holt, Braswell, Smith, Kemp, Reese, your top 5, Fisher, Marlowe, Bruno, Tatro, Mascroft, your top 10, Sibley, Hoover, Lasseter, Fritz, Darby, McKinney, your top 16. For the likes of Thomas, Kostritza, Davidson, and George, those drivers. In fact, did we have any more? No, Clint Conrad, I believe, might have been in race control. But so, yeah, 17, 18, 19, and 20 will find themselves getting ready for round number 3 next week, Steve. But, of course, coming into tonight, now next week, I've got no idea where we're going to, but I will in about probably about 18 seconds, depending on how long it takes my internet to load up. But Logan Herbert picked up the win last week at Volusia. He's already in the main event tonight. He's got a chance to go back-to-back, but we go to Lanier next week, and we talk about different style of racetrack, Steve. We go from 3/4 of a racetrack to 3/8 of a mile.
Definitely. It's going to be a mindset change, so that's for sure. You know, Cody, we see the track slickening off a little bit there. It's going to pick up rubber, you think?
I think maybe towards the end of the feature when these guys when they finally wear off that cushion, I think it's gonna go back down to the bottom. Yeah, I think it will eventually rubber up. I think it's gonna be topside dominant for quite a bit of this feature though.
Okay, that's Cody Nevin reporting pitside. Well, we got some sad news. You know, Nick Litter was with us, and he found the deer that got on track last time we were here, Brett. And he got on top of it. He fell off in his head. Now he's going to the ER.
Yes, he was making sure that he was looking after our victory eggs. But we'll take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Steve, from back to front.
All right, starting 24th tonight, it'd be Josh McKinney to his outside. For the Hood Up Motorsports car number 00 is John Darby.
Scott Fritz will start position number 22. Jacob Lasseter position number 21.
Route number 10, it'll be Stevie Hoover to the outside, and Corey Sibley will start 19th tonight.
Row 9, position number 18, Nathan Mascroft to the inside. Position number 17, Parker Tatro.
Row number 8 be Benjamin Bruno and Brandon Marlowe to his inside.
Row 7, outside, it's Brett Fisher. Position number 14 to the inside. Position number 13, it is Randy Reeser.
Row number 6 will be Matt Kemp and Scott Smith to his inside.
James Braswell Jr. will start 10th, and Justin Holt, your B-main winner, will start 9.
Your 4th row, it'd be Alan Duranco, and to his inside, it's Logan Herbert.
Jory Nix will start position number 6, and Zack Nichols out of position number 5.
Row number 2 to the outside, Ethan Pickard and Garrett Cooper to his inside.
And your front row for tonight's Bluegrass Iracing Series Pro Late Model main event, round number 2, Jesse Johns, ride car 75 from position number 2. And on the pole, it's the 357 of Cody Sieber.
All right. We're going to let him loose out of turn number 4. If you're watching from DirtFan.com, thank you for tuning in tonight. As we're simulcasting live over there.
We're actually also live on the Bluegrass Iracing Series Facebook page and YouTube. But we've got 50 laps on the board. Round number 2 of the Dirt Pro Late Models here at USA International Speedway. And we are green. Steve down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Cody Sieber leading the way from Jesse Johns right there. Then we go back to Ethan Pickard, Garrett Cooper. They'll find themselves wheel to wheel. Pickard in the 47 on the outside. Cooper in the 33 down low. Still a lot of the drivers already starting to venture up above the slick lines.
Well, we definitely had a problem. Parker Tatro, Brendan Marlowe, and Stevie Hoover all involved in the record turns 1 and 2 at the start, but a caution did not come out. But give it out for Cody Sieber, your race leader.
Well, Logan Herbert in the 611, your last week's feature winner. He was up nearly upside down. He was on 2 wheels, and he's fallen back right there to position number 18, and we stayed green. So, unlucky break for the 611 machine, but we got some heavy contact on the front straight away.
Brett Fisher involved in that 30F machine.
Take a look. The Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Oh, may have just come down there on the 999 of Corey Sibley. The 51 entry of Jacob Lasseter involved in that one.
You know, the wind coming off that car spinning my blown Cody Nevins to pay off.
Holy Jesus. Say, Cody, you still with us down there?
Another close call down in turn 1. Seems to be a hot spot tonight.
Luckily for you, you've got an ambulance down there. Now, if you do decide to have a cry, we could change it to the wambulance for you. We'd prefer you not to use
the
it.
The wambulance.
Yes.
Perfect.
And you've also got a fire truck also out there too. I mean, not that it's getting hot down there. I mean, with the fire truck, at least they can wash your pants out.
What about the hair? Was you
that
able
is
to
true.
get the hair, Cody?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay, good deal. I was worried about the hair. That was it. Back to you, Brett. Oh wait, I'm in the booth with you.
Oh, okay. Hey, Steve. Back to you and Brett. Live right here on UltimateDirtTV. What's the point? What's the point if you can't have fun, boys?
Yes.
It's all about it.
Well, the lights
agree.
are still on.
I want to know where Nick's going.
Well, I told you he fell off the cake.
Is he okay?
The deer. He fell off the deer. See, Cody wasn't here. Me and Brett did a broadcast, and a deer came out on track and took out the radiator of this guy's car. Did damage it, but took out the radiator.
Really?
Yeah, while they were racing under
Wow.
green, while they were racing under green flag conditions. That is some of the wonderful people we've had here on Ultimate Dirt TV. Like, we've had a lot of great people, but some of these race fans, they are just a really different. They're just a different breed.
So Nick found the deer, got on top of it, and he fell off and hit his head.
I guess you could say, oh dear, oh dear. Hero race, boys. Yeah. Right, green flag getting ready to fly here at the USA International Speedway. Round number 2 of the Bluegrass Iracing Series. Dirt Pro late models. Again, these setups, all drivers. See, that's something we haven't spoken about tonight also. All the drivers, they're all in the same setup. Fixed setup racing. Again, we spoke about it last week and what it can do, but it really brings out the driver in these cars.
Definitely does. It's all about driver, nothing about the setup, because, you know, everybody's even. But some problems. James Braswell, look, he has some heavy damage on that rear end of that car. He's currently running 24th. Trying to make his way back up to the front there. It's going to take him a long way to get there. But back up front, out of turn number 2, Sieber, Jondren, Cooper, Pickard, and Duranko, your top 5.
And Duranko looking down to the inside of the 47 of Ethan Peck as we head into turn number 3 and 4. You see in front of Duranko, the 33 entry of Garrett Cooper. Yeah, this is, you've got to wonder, Steve, with the setup that was built, you want to hope that the gearing is set for the bottom or the top. Cody, when we talk about fixed setup racing, how difficult is it to try and find that real happy medium between run on the top, run on the bottom, whether you've got enough gear down there or whether you haven't got enough gear?
I think it's really just all about feeling, just seat time, being in that car. I haven't ran the setup these guys are on tonight, but I think another thing is it shows a lot about these drivers. You know, that I think if I was out there, I'd be constantly searching up and down, just trying to find where that car hooks up better.
Reeser, he shot sky high.
Well, let's take a look. The Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. I don't know where Reeser is. It's not showing me on the... Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. All sorts of mechanical issues. Yeah, bouncy ball. Yeah, that must have been the deer. Oh, you know what? We haven't used this tonight. Haven't used it.
Well, you remember the following week we had the tortoise. Remember, everybody was riding the tortoise in the infield.
Yes. Yeah, they wanted the rides, didn't they?
Yeah, the rides. The deer was here.
Elephant rides is what we sold.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we sold all sorts of rides. Sold all sorts of tickets.
But definitely the deer causes harm to another car here tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they've got all sorts of weird things here at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're talking about elephant rides. You know, this is the thing. It's got to be kid friendly, right? You got to have elephant rides at these tracks for the kids while you're driving around it.
I guess you could say there really is something in the water out in Florida.
Right? I mean, we might put Tony next week on an elephant.
Well, I mean, we could probably get him. I mean, he's already on the infield. Have we got one down there? Maybe in the back of the halls, but maybe we could just take the roof off it.
Yeah. Or you can ride the tortoise if he's too scared of heights.
I
think I seen a tortoise just walk by me a couple minutes ago, guys. I might have to check that out.
Yeah. I'd say get on your bike, but that might be a fair bit of ride, so you might want to get in something.
Lights are out. we're going to be going green out of turn number 4. Cody Sieber, Jesse Jondra, your front row. You know, Brett, a lot of leagues like that, this track, it's heavy, hard on these cars and these drivers.
I was not paying attention to that one, Steve. I was actually reading an email for something else, but yes, that's correct. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to agree with it. I have no idea what you said. Like I said, I was too busy reading emails, but I should be focused on racing here at USA International Speedway. Again, we've still got plenty of miles to go. Alan Duranco.
Oh, another one upside down.
Looky. Oh, hello.
But I was just telling everybody how you love USA.
Yes. Why would you say that?
No, I was just telling how hard and enduring it is for the drivers here at USA. You know,
it's easy. It's easy for the drivers, Steve. It's hard for us to sit up here. If there's 3 tracks that I really do not look forward to going to, this would be number 1.
Williams Grove
would be number 2.
Weed Sport
would be number 3, and it's pronounced Weed Spurt.
And then you got Cedar Lake.
Ooh, that's tough. Okay, that's going to be tied with Fairbury.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is a wide track, but the cars, the lanes are so narrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like I've just got...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you, Steve.
I mean...
Got you.
Yeah, thank you.
I get what you're trying to put down. It's cool.
I mean, the biggest problem with this track is there's the deer that lives in it, you know, that runs out in the middle of races that damages radiators.
That really is annoying when that happens. But another thing that annoys me about this racetrack, your 17-minute long pace laps. Hey, Cody, if you put yourself in Cody Sieber's position right now. If you're out there, you're 9 laps in, 8-9 laps into a 50-lap main event, how do you stay focused knowing that you've got 3 minutes until you go green next?
Yeah, that's a thing too. When you're a driver out here in these cars, especially when you're doing a league like these guys are, you're out front leading like Cody is right now. You get a long backstretch and a long front stretch to think about what's going to happen, especially when you're on 8-9 laps into it. I think if it was me up front, I would kind of just hang back, just focus, just hitting my line over and over and over, just trying to hit that mark, and try to stay out of my rearview mirror if I'm running one.
No, but look, we know you've gotten faster over the last couple of days. We go back to green flag action here at USA International Speedway. Cody Sieber, Jesse Jondra, and Ethan Pickard. That is your top 3. I'm just trying to think who may have got sent to the back for that one. I thought I was seeing one of the 40-odd cars of Zack Nichols, but no, he's looking like he's in 4th position as we go into set number 3 and 4. 9 down past the start-finish line. 1 car going to the pits. That is Jory Nixon, the 95. 41 to go, Steve.
41 to go to 357 of Corey Sibley. Jesse Jondra 1-2. Pickard, Nichols, and Holt, your top 5 as their single file. Now what you're going to see, the back will be racy. The front's going to be single file most of the race. Out of turn number 4, you're going to see Cody Sieber continuing to lead. The 44 machine of Zack Nichols. He's currently in that 4th position, trying to chase down a 3rd spot of Ethan Pickard.
Well, just watching the battle between Scott Smith, Jacob Lasseter. Down the back straight away, Smith in car number 53. That's that red and black entry just in front of the orange, black, white. Yeah, the orange, black, white, and green. That is a variety different of colours. You might as well throw a yellow, blue, and purple on that one just to give it the real rainbow-styled look, as there goes Lasseter in the 51, who went to the middle of the racetrack, now looking down to the inside on Scott Smith, and he may have just found something in turn number 1 and 2. Here is your battle for positions number 6 and 7, Steve.
Well, there's a good battle, and you look a little further ahead. Justin Holt even ran the bottom in 3 and 4. He's running the bottom in 1 and 2. He's now gotten around the 44 is Zack Nichols out of turn number 2, but Nichols with a run back down the back straightaway. Nichols goes to turn number 3 high. Holt to the bottom. If Holt can hold on, which he's not, he's going to lose it to Nichols down the front straightaway.
Yeah, I think he may have found the line in 1 and 2. It's just he'll have to try and work that through turns 3 and 4. Inside goes Zack Nichols. Justin Holt on Zack Nichols. Nichols around the outside in the 44, looking at completing our 14th lap. Biggest movers through the field. Jacob Lasseter plus 15 up in the 6th position. He started 21st. Scott Fritz 22nd up to position number 8. He's up 14 position also. So those two drivers inside the top 10. Jacob Lasseter, I wouldn't say he's breaking into the top 5 because he's got Scott Fritz, who is now plus 15. So those two drivers on screen, Lasseter in the 51, Fritz in the 48, plus 15 as they work side by side through turn number 3 and 4. Again in front of them, Justin Holt, your B-main winner, who started position number 9. He's up inside the top 5, potentially looking for a podium in the 1 and 2.
Well, you know, Scott Fritz right now, he will be listed as your hard charger if the race ended. But him and Jacob Lasseter, right now, as they sit, are up 15 spots each.
Oh, you caught me mid-door. Why couldn't you keep talking just for about another 8 more seconds? Story of my life, Steve. I only needed 8 seconds. And just like, just what I do, I failed to deliver. Well, I deliver, but in record amounts of time. 17 down, 33 to go. And look, at the end of the day, Steve, we've got a battle on for the race lead. Jesse Johnsrud is on the inside of Cody Sieber as they work into 1 and 2. Looking for the slide, Bob, maybe. No. Johnsrud stays mid-track, leaves the lane up on the outside for Cody Sieber, and Sieber tries it back down past him. Sieber may have had contact with the backstretch wall, and that slowed him up.
Definitely slowed him up out of turn number 4. New race leader Jesse Jandra leads lap number 18 as we're on lap number 19. Cody Sieber now going back to the bottom there. They're side by side out of turn number 2. Jandra with the run on the high side. Then you have Ethan Pickard. He's still in that 3rd spot. Then Justin Holt in 4th. Zack Nichols looking to the inside of Holt as they go into turns 3 and 4. Holt to the high side. Nichols down low as we complete lap number 19.
Tell you what, Jacob Lasseter, Scott Fritz still having a great battle in positions 6 and 7, both drivers as it stands. If Lasseter's in front, they're both up 15 positions. If Scott Fritz is in front, Scott Fritz is up 16, Jacob Lasseter up 14. So you've really seen those drivers start to move through the field. And how good is it to see Jesse Johnsrud after the little mishap late in the race with about, I think it was 8 or 9 laps left to go last week at Volusia, getting into the back of what was your race lead at that stage. He's now finding himself in the race lead. And let's hope that karma and lightning doesn't strike twice.
Well, you look at position 6th, 7th, and 8th. All 3 of those drivers up 15 spots. Jacob Lasseter, Scott Fritz, and John Darby as they're up 15 spots from the start of the race. But meanwhile, Jesse Jandra continues to lead as Cody Sieber battling on the outside going into turn number 3. Look out, because here's Ethan Pickard. Them two have been battling. Ethan's been able to pull up to the rear end of them.
Yeah, half a second between 2nd and 3rd. You see the big slide job in turn number 3 and 4, just there on the previous lap by Jesse Johnsrud in that 75J. He's got the lap car of Josh McKinney in car number 11 just in front of him. As that's what we spoke about earlier, Steve, with Cody, you've got to find what the gearing likes, whether it likes it down low, whether it likes it through mid-track, or whether it's got enough cojones and big coconuts or big cocomelons to run the outside for the entire duration of this main event.
You definitely don't want to break your coconut on the outside wall, but you got to flirt with it to be fast here. Jesse Jandra showed away out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Cody Sieber running that bottom line, along with Ethan Pickard, Justin Holt in the 31, Zack Nichols in 5th as he's putting a lap car down. Then you got Jacob Lasseter. He's up in the wall in turns 1 and 2 there. That's going to allow Scott Fritz to close up in the action with them as they're pulled away from John Darby in 8th position.
Well, again, you're watching the 47 of Ethan Pickard trying to get by your 357 entry of Cody Sieber. The top 3, they run all different lines. They got a top, a middle, and a bottom. And right now, this setup built, of course, by the guys at the Majula C Speed Shop for the Bluegrass Iracing Series. The Dirt Pro late models, again, fix it up racing, so it comes back down to the driver, being able to read the racetrack, being able to put themselves in good positions for the duration of this 50-lap A main event. And again, we go nearly 3 wide, but 3 different lines between your top 3. John Drod still persisting with that outside line. Sieber was somewhat trying to go to, like, not through the middle, but it wasn't on the bottom. It was like bottom mid-track. And now you see Ethan Pickett run on that slide line into turn number 3 and 4. As your top 3, they're moving away from Justin Holt in 4.
Right now, your race leaders are coming up to the rear of the pack. The 37 of Brandon Marlowe. Oh, we got one heavy in the wall. Logan, was it Logan Herbert?
Correct.
Logan Herbert. Bringing out that caution. Take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV instant replay. Ober up against the wall, makes contact with it. And then wall shoots it back down, huh, Brett?
So 2 things. 1, as per the PowerPoint's presentation, the concrete wall does not move. And 2, you can't park there.
Well, that deer was just like begging them.
Oh dear, oh dear. Anyhow.
Well, we're under caution right now. Cody, how's the track hold up in your perspective?
Track's holding up good. The cushion's getting pretty thin up on 1 and 2. I'm starting to look at, and I haven't turned laps here myself. When it gets thin like that, once you're in the wall, it's hard to get out of it. So it's a fine line. I think that the track's gonna start building rubber, like me and you were talking about earlier. On the bottom of 1, I think you're just really gonna have to feather it and really just work it down low. But I think these guys will start testing it out here as we wind down on the laps.
Well, Brett, I mean, you've raced late models. Do you like it when it's slick?
All you got to do is just ask Nick. Now, apparently I don't run late models. I don't like them. I don't race them. But apparently I'm somewhat okay in them. Just like the time that I got told during the Pro Series that I was doing a couple of seasons ago that I was retiring. So, I mean, you really can't believe what people say. As far as what I have to say about late models, I mean, I enjoy late models.
All right, lights go back out. We're going to double them up and let them loose out of turn number 4. As Jesse Jondra now to inside will start bring the field to the green. Cody Sieber to his outside. Ethan Pickard, Justin Holt, row number 2. Zack Nichols, Jacob Lasseter to his outside. That's row number 3. They got Scott Fritz and John Darby. Scott Smith and Nathan Mashcroft. Pace truck looking to pull in. We're fixing to let him loose out of turn number 4. Jesse Jondra bringing the field to the green. As we're on lap number 28, the completion of 28, now on lap number 29. Jondra goes to the bottom, he'll slide up. Well, no, he's not. He's going to keep it on the bottom out of turn number 2 as Sieber stays high. Sieber with a run down the back straightaway. Doesn't have anything for that 75J machine.
Yeah, and this is what could be dangerous on these restarts. If drivers happen to find the bottom very quickly, you'll start to see everybody to move down. Or if that top side comes back in, if the middle line plays into some of the drivers' hands. Again, this is where these drivers really have to be very, very methodical on where they want to go. We go back under yellow here at USA, and we've got 30 down, still 20 to go. You're still looking at a lot of miles, Steve.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look at that Ultimate Dirt instant replay.
Who are we on? Hang on, I'm waiting. It keeps scrolling down on me. Stevie Hoover. Here it is. Here it comes. So the 21 entry of Stevie Hoover. Oh, is that Sibley?
Yeah, Sibley involved.
Wow. Cody, how many times have you changed your underwear down there in turn number 1 tonight?
There's definitely been a couple, Brett. Like I said, it's kind of a hot spot down here. A lot of tore up race cars. I think I'm on pair number 4.
Pair number 4. Hey, Zeus.
What about toupees? Have you ever had to replace your toupee yet?
Yeah, I blew my hair off twice. I mean, I don't know, when these guys run into each other, and yeah, it blows the hair right off.
Have you by chance seen the deer? I know it's still wandering out there in the infield, but have you seen it? Is it contained?
Yeah, it was limping a little bit from that last incident on coming into the backstretch here.
Nick,
it's still walking around though.
Nick must have threw a couple of victory eggs at it. just to try and slow it down.
Definitely some victory eggs.
Have you ever had those victory eggs that Nick raves on about?
I have not.
No, neither have I. Have you ever tasted them, Steve?
No, because I was told he sits on them for quite a long time.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, being a gay guy, we don't discriminate here. So
We love you, Nick.
yeah, it's a shame you're not here. Again, I don't know why you've why you've taken off.
We gotta go to the hospital and help him.
He's really wanted that victory egg.
I mean, that must be quite a big victory if he's taken this long to eat it.
He might have choked on it.
Oh no!
All right, we're going back green. Jesse Drondra bringing us to the green flag. Good start for him as he's working the bottom as we complete lap number 30. 20 laps to go. Good start for Drondra. Look at Pickard to the inside, takes over second as Sieber falls back to third. Nichols running to fourth with Holt in fifth.
Well, again, just going to try and look at the point situation here between these drivers. Logan Herbert, who won last week, is sitting back there as we go yellow, and well, that gives me a good time. Logan Herbert, in fact, goes back to the pits in 21st position. Zack Nichols, wait for timing and scoring to update itself. Zack Nichols, second in the point standings by just 2 points. So he's going to pick up a couple of points as long as he can keep it up near the front of the field. So he's sitting in 5th position. Ethan Pickard, who's sitting in 4th, just in front of Zack Nichols. Now, Pickard is sitting 2 points behind Zack Nichols. Now, the way the points system works is, from my understanding, is it looks like it's down 2 points, but then he gets 1 point for, I have no idea why. So I don't know how this point system works, but anyhow. Brandon Marlowe in 5th, sitting in probably around 13th or 14th position. Again, we'll wait for timing and scoring to update itself. Brandon Marlowe, what did I say? 13th or 14th? Well, he's in 5th. He's in 15th at the moment. Justin Holt, Jason Korn. Now, Jason Korn not here.
Yeah.
Justin Holt sitting in 5th position. So your drivers that are 3rd, 4th, and 5th are running 2nd, 3rd, and 6th in the point standings. That could be... Wow. This is going to be tight. If those drivers finish top 5 here tonight, depending on where they finish, the point system is going to be shaken up a bit after 2 races.
Yeah, definitely will be shaken up, that's for sure. I mean, Cody, have you found our pet frog yet? Tree frog?
No, that's a solid shot.
Obviously not. He's looking for it right now.
Yeah.
Lights are out. We're going to let them loose one more time. Single file restart. Nose to tail with these drivers. You got Cody Sieber, Pickard, Nichols, and Holt, your top 5.
All right, Steve. I'm going to let you lead us back to the green flag. I'm just having a look at my bets on the NBA. And so far, everything looks good.
All right, Jesse Drondra out of turn number 4. Pace truck is in. We're back to green flag racing. Here we come to complete lap number 31 here at USA. Sieber, Pickard, Nichols, Holt, your top 5. Nichols goes to the high side, Holt to the bottom. They're balanced side by side out turn number 2, down the back straightaway. This is the battle for 4th and 5th. Right now, give it to Zack Nichols in that 44 machine. The 31, Justin Holt in that 5th spot. Look out, we're almost 3 wide momentarily down the front straightaway. These drivers are going down. You know what, Brett? This track puts a hurting on these drivers. Patience is a virtue here.
Yeah, it really is. Jesse John's running the 75J. He's been really patient all night long, and he's not too far away. Well, he is far away because he's not too far away from second place entry of Cody Sieber. But again, as the laps tick away, it's just 17 to go. Now, you think 17 laps to go? Well, you know what? Yeah, you can deal with 17 laps. But 17 laps at nearly a mile-long racetrack. And now Cody Sieber loses second to Ethan Pickard. Boy, this is going to be really tight for second and third. Hello, Platzi. Hello, Cartwrong. Or Cartman.
Down the front straightaway, the track's getting bumpy. You see these cars. They'll hit a certain spot and they get kind of wampus caddy on them.
A what?
You like that word?
A what is caddy? Well, Jesus, we're good at making up words. But let me tell you, that is taking making up words to the next level.
Wampus caddy.
And where can I find one of these wampus caddies? I need to find a wampus caddy. Can we get a price check on a wampus caddy, please? As we're about to go side by side for the race lead, Jesse Johns on the 75J has got Ethan Pickard to the outside. That was too close to call at the start-finish line. They'll go wheel to wheel in the turn number 1 and 2. Now here comes Sieber. Zack Nichols. Sieber coming back into the mix, and now a challenge from Sieber on the 47 of Ethan Pickard.
Chandra continues to lead. I think it's the COVID speaking, not me. I'm not speaking Wampus Caddy. The COVID is.
Oh, the old COVID identification. I hope you're getting better, Steve.
I'm slowly getting there. I'm getting a little hot in this feature race. That's for sure.
I can tell you're making up words. Expert Japan. That is an expert level Japan. Like you've taken things to the next step. And I'll tell you, that beats walking.
Hey, you look at them when they dance coming out of the turns. That's Wampus Caddy, okay? That's new word.
Here we go. Wampus Caddy out of turn number 2 for the 47. I can't do it, Steve. The 47 of Pickard takes over the race there, but I tell you what, John's right. Not giving up without a fight. That bottom side still there. It hasn't gone away for the entire night. The moisture, however, that's a different story.
But look at this new race leader, Ethan Pickard, in that 47 machine. The battle for second is Sieber and Jondren. Jondren to the inside, Sieber on the outside. This track is really bumpy. And putting the drivers to the test. And look at the groove right now. It's midway on the track. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. We complete lap number 40 as we got 10 laps to go for Ethan Pickard.
Ethan Pickard in the 47 had to start from position number 4, so he finished second in heat race number 2. John's running Sieber. They'll continue the battle down the back straightaway into turn number 3. This is your battle for positions 2 and 3. John's running the 75J. Sieber in the 357 after leading a handful of laps at the start of this 50-lap journey. We're now 41 down. Now John's right going back to the cushion into turn number 1 and 2. Again, this is where we spoke about it earlier, Steve. It's trying to find that happy medium between the setup where it works good on the top, or if it's good through the bottom, or even through the middle of the racetrack. And there you go, Zack Nichols proving a point at the bottom side. Well, he's still finding a bit of moisture down there.
Definitely, give it up to the setup builders that built this setup. They got it really well and rocking here tonight at USA. As you see, Ethan Pickard is pulled away. Jesse Jondra still trying to hold off the 357 of Cody Sieber in that third spot. Nichols in 4th, tried everything he can on the bottom. But here, don't get out Holt, because here comes Holt in that middle groove.
Jacob Lasseter into position number 6, battle with John Darby, Scott Fretz. And again, those drivers moved up 17, 14, and 14 positions. Sieber again watching the battle between second and third. Down the back straightaway, the final places on the podiums. But meanwhile, Ethan Pickard, he is out by a 1 second lead as he's coming up to put a lap down on Josh McKinney in that number 11 machine. McKinney stays high. This could be a little tricky for the likes of Jesse Johns or Cody Sieber, because depending on where McKinney goes, they're going to have to take some evasive action now. For as long as he holds his line, oh, look out! He's going to go upside down in a place where you don't and you can't park.
Woo, what a race, what a race. Well, you know what? Nick has made it back from the ER after falling off of the deer.
Surprise, surprise, he comes back with 5 laps to go. Now, first off, did you have the victory eggs?
No, I got lost in such a big infield, and do you know there's a taco stand out here? So I was finding myself eating some tacos.
And he didn't bother to ask us if we wanted any. Like, you've got a headset on for a reason.
Well, I didn't know if I could get across the track fast enough to bring you your guys' tacos.
Just throw it over the fence.
But hey, I brought Cody his.
Oh, Steve, you say that?
He did. He did. They're delicious.
Oh, okay. No, we say how it is. Okay, guys. We put you down on the infield to give us the expert comments and look after the drivers, and that's how we get repaid, by not getting fed our tacos. No worries, guys. I'll remember that next week.
I hope.
Listen, these are Florida tacos. They're not as good as Minnesota tacos, because then they would be UFTA tacos. Back to you, Steven.
Well, I can say this.
Surely the rough is still on the taco stand, by the way.
Cody bear hope Nick did not super glue his toupee down. Because that's going to hurt when Cody pulls it off.
Oh, there's a joke there to be made, but I don't know if I want to make it.
Seems like Steven's talking a lot. Sounds like Steven's talking a lot about toupees tonight. Have you lost yours again, Steven?
Well, I have COVID. I don't know. I'm going senile.
Again, there's another joke there to be made. I don't know if I want to make it.
Well, lights are out.
What was that?
Huh?
Back to you.
Okay, Cody coming in for the expert comments. There's 3 words. He goes, yeah, no, back to you. That's 3 words. Nice. Solid job.
All right, Ethan Picker, Cody Sieber, Jesse Jodra, Zack Nichols, Justin Holt, your top 5 single file restart, because we're within 10 to go. You cannot make a double file once we're 10 to go. Pace truck is in. We're racing out of turn number 4. Ethan Pickard, here we come to 5 laps to go in this main event. Pickard goes to the bottom. Sieber and Jondra to the bottom. Look at Nichols. He goes to the high side. Tries to get a run out too. Cannot get it. Down into turn number 3. You look at Pickard run that middle line there. Sieber in his hip pocket out turn number 4. Putting heavy pressure on Pickard down the front straightaway.
Yeah, trying to dig it low. What's that?
It's
dig it deep and sell it cheap. There we go.
The day, Junior.
Yeah, yeah. Look, I wanted to get it out. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I wanted to, but it just wasn't there.
Caution out of the racetrack. Caution. But, and then when you said it wrong, I couldn't even think what we were saying anymore.
Yes.
Digging it deep and selling it cheap.
Yes. Now, let's try and bring Cody back in, because he had some expert comments to go through on our last caution, but yeah, nah.
Well, when the green came out, he was dipping it low, trying to pick it up slow, Cody was. I don't know if he ever got back up.
Yeah. No, look, I'm just going to throw it out there. I mean, if I dipped it low, I'd never get back up.
Cody, made it back up yet, or is Nick helping you?
Nick had to run all the way over from turn 3 and 4 to come help me real quick, guys. But I was just going to say, what was that creature we were running a price check on earlier from Steve? Was that a batty wampus? Or what was that again?
Yeah. Wampus caddy. Caddy wampus.
Yeah, see, even Steve doesn't know.
The car with caddy wampus down to turn number 1, okay?
Can we get a price check on one caddy wampus, please? A price check on caddy wampus. Where else can you have this kind of fun?
Well,
I gotta say, guys, the concessions are making good. I gotta say, the concessions are making good money tonight. You guys, they're definitely selling a lot of food and drink.
Well, I would get some, but I can't taste shit. Almost said a bad word. I can't taste. I can't taste nothing.
Oh, boy.
COVID brain.
Not as bad as pulling a James Rice model, but let me tell you, that's up there. Oh, the discount's coming already. I'm already getting an email. I can feel it already.
My bad. I'm sweating over here.
Oh boy. Again, I mean, talk about taking it to the next level. Anyhow, we'll roll on with it. We'll roll on with it for sure. We've got 3 laps left to run. 47 in the books. Round number 2 of the Bluegrass Iracing series for the Dirt Pro late models here at USA. Last week at Volusia was won by Logan Herbert. Tonight, a new winner is going to be crowned, seeing as though Logan Herbert is out of the event. And the next week, we'll move to Linear. 3 laps left to run. 2.25 miles around USA. And we're back underway with Ethan Pickett down into turn number 1 and 2. Sieber and John Rudd still holding down the podium position. Zack Nichols in 4th in the 44. Then you go back to Justin Holt again. Your B-main winner in car 31, sitting in a top 5 position. Now it's going to be 2 laps left to run. The popsicle sticks are out.
2 laps to go for Ethan Pickard. Goes into turn number 1. Goes to the bottom. Sieber, John 1, 2, and 3. You got Nichols run the high side on the exit of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, a run. Can he go to the inside? John, he thinks twice about it. Goes to the top of the track. Meanwhile, turn number 4, the white flags are waving. 1 more lap to go for Ethan Pickard.
Pickard now just 3/4 and less than a mile away from victory lane. He's got 4 left-hand turns. He'll make it now 2 as we go through turn number 1 and 2. Stays hugged to the bottom out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. He'll protect that bottom side into turn number 3. Will Sieber have the run? Meanwhile, Nichols putting a move on Jesse Johns right out of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Pickett will win round number 2 of the Bluegrass Iracing Series Pro Late Models here at USA. Second will go to Cody Sieber. Zack Nichols home in 3rd position. 4th at the line is going to be Jesse Johns and Justin Holt to wrap up your top 5. And those again, those results are unofficial. We will wait for confirmation on your top 3, top 5, and the entire field on how they finished up. But Steve, round number 2 is done. And there we go. Now I get to go through your finishing positions. Ethan Pickett, your race winner by a little over 0.2 of a second over Cody Sieber. In 2nd, Zack Nichols. In 3rd, Jesse Johns in 4th. 5th is going to go to Justin Holt. 6th will be Jacob Lasseter, John Darby. 7, Scott Fritz. 8th, 9th was Scott Smith. Nathan Mascroft will round out your top 10.
Benjamin Bruno will come home 11th with Brett Fisher at 12th. James Braswell Jr. 13th. Matt Kipp at 14th. Corey Sibley at 15th. Parker Toronto in 16th. Brandon Marlowe in 17th. Stevie Hoover in 18th. 19th will be Garrett Cooper. 20th be Josh McKinney. 21st be Logan Herbert. Jory Nixon 22nd. 23rd be Alan Duranco and Randy Reeser in 24th tonight. And before we go to our post-race interviews with our top 3, Cody, what'd you think of tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. Definitely a racy track. Definitely 3, sometimes 4 different grooves. Multiple groove racing. I thought it pretty overall really good night.
Definitely a good night. And Brett, and before you talk to Nick, I mean, what'd you think? I mean, the setup was really good for these cars. The Majula C setup shop, has really put a package together for this series.
Well, I'm more surprised at the racetrack with how not so bouncy it didn't look. Normally you see here, and probably Nick could give us a little insight as to how bumpy the track was towards the end of the practice, where they had 2 hours compared to how the track was at the end of this 50 lap or so. I mean, it looked like the track held in some good shape. But Nick, obviously, like I said, you done some laps prior to the qualifying session going live, and then of course, after this main event, the differences in the track as regarding the bumps.
Yeah, during the 2-hour practice, I went out there and did some testing, and there was a lot of whoop-de-doos on the front stretch and the back stretch. It would have been an interesting race if the track would have stayed at that percentage. So these guys are actually pretty lucky to have such a good, smooth, nice track tonight.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to go down to victory and chat to the driver that comes home in first place here tonight. Driving car number 47, it's Ethan Pickett. Ethan, congratulations on picking up round number 2 here of the Bluegrass iRacing series here for the Dirt Pro late models. Well, I guess your back spoiler says it all. You don't F around, and you got the job done, buddy.
Yeah, that was good.
Track was very slick towards the end of that feature race. I sort of asked Cody during the race, who was our pit reporter down in turn 1 and 2, the gearing. Now, Leighton, obviously, with setups, open setups, you can, of course, adjust the gearing to your liking, to prefer to run the top or the bottom, of course, fixed setup racing. That takes it away from you. How much did you have to search during the first half of that main event to set yourself up for the back half?
I mean, I did a little bit of searching around. I wanted to get to lap 30. I just wanted to fall in line, and I was hoping there wasn't as many cautions, but I just wanted to get to about lap 30 and stay clean, and then search around. But yeah, it was good. I found a lot of drive out of 4, and then the really far bottom was good out of 1 and 2. So once I found those, and my teammate Jesse was leading, in Discord, I was like, you better go somewhere else because I got some drive. But yeah, that was awesome.
Like you just said, you were talking to Jesse during the course of that main event. How much do you talk to each other while you guys are racing, to try and figure out the fastest way around? Or do you just sort of keep it silent and then talk under yellow?
Oh no, we talk. We talk quite a bit during the race. So it's pretty helpful. Like I said, kind of our game plan was to just fall in line for the first half of the race or so, and then hopefully get a gap over the fourth place on and search around. So that was our game plan, and luckily I found something. I told him where he needed to go, and under the 1 yellow, he said I showed him under the 1 yellow caution that we had where to go, and then he finally figured it out. But yeah, that was a good race. I definitely am more of a slick track driver than tacked up one.
Well, mate, well done on picking up round number 2. Next week, round number 3, we go to Linear. Totally different racetrack to what we had here tonight, of course. USA, 3/4 of a mile. Linear, 3/8 of a mile. How do you prepare for next week, and is it good momentum?
I think it's just going to depend on what gear the set comes with. I know, that's kind of their intention, is to take away the high side, because I know iRacing, a lot of the lines are the high side. So I think just like we did this week, preparing the bottom, I think it's just going to be, trying to figure out the throttle control to run the low line. And I guess it just depends on what we do, if warm-up gets skipped, or, how bad the track gets worn out, really.
All right, buddy, look, well done on the win here in round number 2 of the Bluegrass iRacing Series Dirt Pro late models. Ethan, before we let you go, of course, sponsors, shout out to all that good stuff, buddy. Who makes this happen for you and the 47 team?
Yeah, thanks. I'd like to again, my parents' gold mine transfer, and John Drew Motorsports, Brant Farms. Can't think of anyone else right now. I know I'm forgetting them, but still still shaking from that win. So yeah, thanks to everyone, and thanks to Bluegrass for putting on this series. It's a lot of fun so far.
All right, there we go. Ethan Pickett, ladies and gentlemen, home in first position. Steve McMillan, you're caught up with our runner-up entry of Cody Sieber.
Well, Cody, you had a good run there. You led at the beginning of the race. Jesse Jondra got around you, and that's all she wrote. I mean, you had a good battle there. Do you have anything for the race leader?
I mean, the track, man. It's this is a rough one, especially with the bumps, and with it being fixed setup. You can't tweak it like you could in an open set. But that's really, hats off to Ethan and Jesse. They were all fast all night. Ethan was just a little bit better through the bumps, like other than us. But yeah, I'd hit 2 or 3 good laps, be right there, and then I'd mess up one corner because of the bumps. They were just all over the place.
Definitely, but you had a good, strong running tonight. I mean, you won your heat race. You led, the first 25 laps? I mean, so the car was there. The speed was there at the very beginning. The bumps has set you back a little bit later on. But did the cautions hurt? Do you think if it stayed caution free, would you being able to pull away and maintain your lead?
It's so hard to tell. We went on that long run, and I think Jesse got around me there with like 5 or 7 laps, something like that, left in that run. But I mean, we were still there with Jesse. I'm gonna talk to Nick here. I think he threw me, out to the dogs there by saying that he thinks I'm gonna win it by a landslide. I was watching the stream there in between heat races, and I think he jinxed me there just a little bit.
Oh, Cody, I had victory eggs ready for you in victory lane.
Well, I appreciate that. Just one spot short,
Hey,
Well,
second is... Go
Well,
ahead.
you don't want the victory eggs right now because Nick got on the deer that was loose on the track and fell off and broke them.
Well, it was really good to see you do so well tonight, Cody. I was rooting for you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that, and I need to prepare myself for the ruts and the bumps a lot better next time.
Well, definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors for making it all possible for you tonight.
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you all for broadcasting and bringing me in here and everything. The guys over there at Bluegrass for putting this series together. I believe it's going to be fun. I hate that I missed the first week, and I didn't know if I was going to make this week or not, but fortunately I was able to. And I'd like to thank all the guys over at Max Troop Sim Sports, all the guys that's helped me out here, Sieber's Racing Media for any videography and photography needs in the iRacing platform. Sieber Sim Sports, my YouTube channel. You can check it out. It's I just do this race right here will actually be on YouTube from my point of view. ML Performance and all the guys that just help us out over here at Max Troop.
All right, that's Cody Sieber coming home in second. Back to Brett Wheeler's caught up with your 4th place finisher.
Well,
or 3rd place.
I was going to say, how about I skip 4th and go to the final spot on the play, and that will be the 44 entry of Zack Nichols. Zack, buddy, congratulations on 3rd place. Boy, I tell you what, you really left your run late to get up into that podium position. A little Hail Mary on the last lap there on last turn, but hey, you come home 3rd. It's a good result for you in the 44 team.
Yeah, I mean, I really wish I wouldn't have gotten a Jesse off that final turn, but I hit that big old pothole off that corner and it just kind of sent me into it. I don't like to race like that by slamming someone out of the way, but yeah, it definitely wasn't intended. That's for dang. But yeah, we started off getting put in the fence early, and we slowly made our way back towards the front and capped off with a P3.
Mate, it's going to be very tight going into the points next week. Is that something that you'll keep an eye on, week to week, or do you sort of just, tune that out, turn up each week and do the best you can, or what's the mindset for you and throughout this season?
Just to try out and go for wins, I guess. Just finishing up front is what's this all about with how this point system is, and there's no playoff, I'm pretty sure, so just getting good finishes.
Well, of course, the setup gets released sort of 4 or 5 days prior to the race coming here to tonight. How much practice and preparation did you have on the setup here tonight, for this week?
Scott Fritz has been hosting a couple practice races here and there, and our team, No Chance Motorsports, likes to hop in them, and yeah, I did a couple of practice races here and there, but I think we did a total of 3 this week, so we had a little bit of practice for this week.
All right. Now, next week, Lanier. Is that a track you're fond of, or what are your feelings towards that track, and how do you think you'll go next week?
Very poor. I absolutely do not like that track. That's one of my least favorite tracks of all the dirt tracks, other than Wii Sport. I can't stand that one. Yeah, hopefully we can cap off a good finish there as well.
Now, Zach, well done on 3rd place here tonight at USA. Before we let you go, of course, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes, who gets this done for you?
I'd like to thank my dad, my Uncle Kenny, because they're watching. I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting, mates that were in the race, and everyone that in this league that puts this whole deal on.
All right, there we go. Zack Nichols home in position number 3, and that will wrap up, of course, the post-race interviews. Steve, Ethan Pickett, Cody Sieber, Zack Nichols. Now, I said during the telecast of this one, Ethan Pickett, Zack Nichols, 2 drivers that were running second and third in the point standings. Pickett just won the race. Zack Nichols just finished 3rd. and Logan Herbert finished in 21st. Now, I dare say, and again, I don't want to assume because we all know it's illegal to assume. So I'm going to guess and say that Ethan Pickett is going to be your points leader by, I want to say, either 1 or 2 points going into next week. But we wrap up this one and we go to Lanier, a much shorter racetrack. And it's almost like a little bull ring. The elbows are going to be up and the gloves are going to be off.
Definitely it is. There's going to be some tight action going on. Lanier, we see a lot of different kind of racing. See a lot of good clean racing. And there's nice you see a lot of, how do you say it?
Not so clean racing.
Not so clean racing. So, Lanier's one of those tracks and you flip a coin, that's how your night's going to be. But I expect there's going to be some good clean racing next week.
All right, well, we'll certainly look forward to next week at Lanier. But of course, tonight, that wraps up round number 2 of the Bluegrass iRacing Series for the Dirt Pro labels. Of course, the setups are brought to you by the Majula C Speed Shop. So make sure to check them out on their social media pages. Give them likes, shares, and follows and all that good stuff. Nick Leonard, he's too busy back out at the taco stand. I believe he's found Cody Sieber, who was done finishing up changing his underwear from the fire department, and he's just been released by the ambulance. Steve, it's been a good night. We'll see you back next week. I hope you get better, buddy. I hope the old COVID or the COV identification, I hope you're kicking it its back. So that's the second time you've got it, haven't you?
Yeah, I got it when it first came out. Yeah. I got the first edition and the last edition.
Yeah, could you please stop getting the editions of COVID, please? I need you around.
Right.
All right.
Definitely.
That'll wrap us up here on UltimateDirtTV. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors. Of course, don't forget to hit the like and follow button on our social media page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and all that good stuff and be notified of when we go live at next. Our next race will be... I have no idea. So, mate, just like and follow the channel. That's the best I can give you at this stage because it's been a long day. But until then, on behalf of the team here at UltimateDirtTV, on behalf of Cody Nevin, Nick Leonard, Steve McMillan, I'm Brett Wheeler, signing off, saying good night from USA.